well. Yeah, so the lead's down to 0.6 of a second at the minute. Well, okay, yep, that's just gone on me. Oh, now we've just been hit. What's going on, guys? My name's Batilio and welcome back to Project Cars 2 and round 4 of the WSRC Touring Car Championships. And this week, if you've been watching the entire series, this week marks the start of the second third of the season, which means we're in a brand new car, basically. So if you remember at the start of the season, I went through the whole format video with regards to what's happening this season. So the first 3 rounds took place in the BMW 320 Touring Car, and the next 3 rounds, starting today, we will be in the Ford Falcon V8 Supercar. And the first round takes place here at Bathurst, as you can see on screen. And a little bit different. Again, we're going to get that format screen up on screen now. So as you can see, differs a little bit from the first 3 rounds in that there's just one race. So it's a 15-minute qualifying followed by a 45-minute race. And the first round, of course, is at Bathurst. And then next week will be at Spa. And the final round with the V8 Supercars will be at the Snetterton 300 circuit. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're in the V8 Supercars and we're at Bathurst, a pretty iconic combination there. So what we're going to do now is we are going to jump into qualifying and see how myself and everybody else got on. So on to qualifying, and honestly it wasn't my greatest qualifying. As you can see, we're not really setting the timing boards alight, and if you look on the right hand side at the bottom, you can just see how big of a group everybody seems to be in, and that was the big problem, just finding a bit of space to, you know, a bit of clear air so we can get a decent run in. Our current best lap is the first one we put in, which is a 2:19.274, but as things stand, time and also the amount of fuel we have in the car is going to restrict us, or going to make this basically our final run. And I mean, setup wise, getting, you know, and practice, it wasn't too bad, you know, but when it comes to qualifying, like I've said it numerous times in the past, last season and this season, it's such a big disconnect between the actual, you know, the practice mode in the game and, you know, the online lobbies, and I'm not quite sure because, as to why, because there's no differences. You know, I've got the settings set exactly how the race settings are going to be in the race, so I've said it, I've mentioned it numerous times before. It's something I think that SMS needs to address, but yeah, back onto our lap. We're going to make a little bit of a mistake here. I'm actually surprised it didn't invalidate the lap. We're almost completely off the track there. I think by just keeping those right-hand side wheels just on the rumble strip may have just saved us. Otherwise, we would have been started right at the back of the grid. And of course, when that happens, you get all out of sync and you start being hesitant because, you know, I was acutely aware that this would be my final run. I wasn't going to get another one in. You know, I probably had the time to do it, definitely, but I just didn't have the fuel to do it. But as we come down this back straight down to what would be probably the most difficult part of the circuit, in my opinion, down through the chase and then through that very tight, slightly uphill left-hander here, we're going to get all the way up to 180 miles an hour nearly enough, and then we're going to brake nice and early, get it down to 3rd gear. And again, yeah, this corner is quite tricky. It's a lot tighter and closed off than it looks on the face of it, but we make it through there just about. But you have to be careful through that corner, because if you clip the curbage, you can go up on 2 wheels quite easily, and that can lead to, in practice, actually flipped it once or twice going through there. But onto the start-finish straight now, and across the line, it's going to be a 2 minutes 11.960, which yeah, wasn't a great run, and come the end of qualifying, it left us in 6th position. So yeah, like I said, not a brilliant qualifying overall, but I've shown this season that we've had pretty good race pace. So, you know, just being consistent and staying out of trouble, I still feel we can get a pretty decent result here. Looking at the rest of the starting order, or the qualifying order, as you can see, Peo takes pole position by 0.5 of a second over Alfa Buruk. Those two seem seemingly in a bit of a class of their own at the top of the timing boards there. Then we've got Chris Jones in 3rd, Nasty PJ 4th, Matt Jeffrey in 5th, ourselves 6th, of course. And then we've got Mitch, MJ Corker, Paul and Vectra rounding out the top 10 there. So yeah, not exactly where I wanted to be starting, as I've probably mentioned numerous times, but you know, like I said, if we can just stay out of trouble, you know, pick our way through the inevitable carnage that will happen with with these cars around here, then I think we can get a pretty decent result all in all. So yeah, before we jump into the actual race, let's just remind ourselves what's happening with the actual league table. So JLBW, who I think has actually been promoted to Division 1, he's not here this week, but he still leads the table by half a point over Peo, our pole sitter. And then we've got ourselves on 38.5 points in third place. Nasty PJ, Twisted Tire Fit and Alpha Burke in 4th, 5th and 6th there. Twisted Tire Fit and Nasty PJ tied on 35, of course. And then we've got Matt Jeffrey on 29 points, Vectra on 25, Mitch on 23.5, and then we've got Chris Jones and BMC Racing, who are both participating today, tied on 23 points apiece, but Chris Jones did miss the previous round, if memory serves me correctly. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we are going to head down to the grid, and we're going to see how myself and everybody else gets on in the race.
Let's try and make up the ground here off the line. Keep it clean, see what's about you.
Okay, then here we go. And we're up to 4th. So a pretty good start there. I was worried about it. We've got Peo and PJ going side by side. Hung out to dry a little bit there. And now Chris Jones is coming past us. Oh crap, yep, going to the wall. That's not good. Right then, well, made an okay start, but very hesitant over the top of the mountain. Oh, and Alpha Brooks had a problem, so we're up to 3rd, and Peo retakes the lead. Yeah, feel very much out of sync at the minute. Didn't have a great qualifying. Didn't have a whole lot of practice. But I think the first stint is just going to be about being consistent and staying out of trouble. Very deep into the braking zone there, as did Chris Jones, but we make it through. So difficult to pick your brake marks out with the shadows and so on. Oh no, he's going to get the drag on that. So, tyres are looking okay. And we're up into second, but Peo is absolutely gone. He's up the road. Oh, I think Peo's in the pits. Oh, made an absolute mess of that. And we've got a back marker to contend with in the exact place where we don't want to have to contend with a back marker. Oh shit, sorry. Oh god, it's just like it was just the worst place to get a back marker. They can't help it, of course, but that's put Chris Jones right up our exhaust pipe now. So I think I'm going to come in at the end of this lap and try and one-stop it. Because all I'm coming in for is tyres. I've got enough fuel to get to the end of the race. So this will be our in-lap. And again, last place you want to find yourself coming up to a back marker. You don't know what they're going to do, and this is going to cost us time. Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty much destroyed our in-lap. I can only hope that everybody else gets hold up by it as well. Mitch was also disconnected now. We've lost him. So it's going to be a set of brand new hard tyres, which hopefully will take us to the end of the race. And it's Matt Jeffrey who takes the lead from us. We've got some guys in the pits behind us. And we've come out just ahead of Paul and Chris, I think. So, providing Matt Jeffrey makes another pit stop, we might be on for a win here. Whoa, oh shit. Well, our lead has just completely disappeared because I'm really struggling to just keep heating the tyres at the minute. That's the big problem I've got. It's like the tyres are just permanently cold. I mean, I know they're hard tyres, but... Well, yeah, so the lead's down to 0.6 of a second at the minute. Well, okay, yep, that's just gone on me. Oh, and now we've just been hit. Oh, see, I've just got zero confidence in the car now. It felt brilliant beforehand, but now it's just horrible. Oh, and I can't even get it bloody slowed down either. Yeah, I think the win is all but gone. Because I just can't keep any heat in the bloody tyres. I can't figure it out. So... oh, and I can't even steer the fucking thing. Oh, Chris Jones has also had a problem. Oh, come on, bro. You can go through it so much faster. Thank you. Right. Let's just get a new set of boots on. Get some repairs. And, oh, we got Chris... Oh, okay. So Chris Jones is also pitted with us. We're not doing fuel, we're doing tyres, so we're going to get a brand new set of soft tyres on. And some repairs. I think we might be back in this, guys. Come on, just quick repairs. I know there's a bit of damage on the front and a little bit on the back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go.
Mind the wheel spin and away you go.
Right, so we're going to come out behind Chris Jones, but I think there are others that need to pit. We're in 5th place at the minute. But Peo, who, I don't know if he may have pitted once or twice. Right then, so it's all to play for now. Let's go to work. So we're currently 24 seconds off the lead, but I don't think we're going to win this race. I really don't. But a podium, however. Got nowhere to go. Worst place to catch someone having an accident because there's just nowhere to go through there. There's nasty PJ. Having a terrible race as things stand. Qualified well, but it's just not really gone to plan for him from the looks of it. Ooh, that was a bit of a hairy moment for me, braking there. We've got a decent run out the corner. Are we going to get a bit of toe off him? I think we are. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, that was me. I'm going to have to give it up, and Peyo's going to retake the position. There's Peyo. There's Chris Jones. And there goes any chance of a podium. Yeah, he's really struggling with that car at the minute. Must have damaged his steering a good one. I don't know, we've got to try one up the inside again. Is this ill-advised? Is this dumb? Well, we got the job done, but I can't help feel a little bit bad for him. Might be wishful thinking to think we could catch him, but the lead is coming down, so I think that's all we've got to shoot for. This might be the last lap though, so again, wishful thinking. The lead's definitely coming down. And we haven't had a shout for the fire. The race is complete, so this is the last lap that we're on. I didn't hear the race engineers say we had an additional lap. Oh, we've caught him hand over fist at the minute. was close, but no cigar. Well, there you go, guys. 4th place. Can't say I'm pleased with that race. It was disappointing. No idea what was going on with those hard tyres. I understand the hard tyres, and they're obviously built to last, and they're not going to give as much grip immediately. But they were horrible. They were so I couldn't even keep heating them, and that's where it kind of all started unraveling. Really, some people went for 2, some people went for 3 stops actually. But yeah, it just didn't work out for us today, and obviously, real sorry to Chris as well. We're having a really good battle there for 3rd place, and then just got up the inside, coming into this corner here, and coming into turn 2, and a little bit of contact, but then I think he tried to catch it, but then it gripped up and it just spat him out. So yeah, disappointing, but 4th place isn't the end of the world. We're still very much in the hunt for the championship, I guess, but yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hand over to the other Matinho for the post-race analysis. So there you have it then, guys. Round 4 in the books, and the overall feeling after the race was one of disappointment, I guess. You know, at one point, we led for quite a long time, actually. At one point, we had a 13-second lead, and then we got held up a little bit on our own lap. Mitch was having a big accident as we were coming down the hill, so we lost about 3 seconds there, but still, we had a pretty healthy lead going into our first pit stop on lap number 10, and, you know, in hindsight, I think the soft tyres, 2 sets of soft tyres could have got us to the end of the race, but from the build-up and the talking in the Facebook chat group that we're in, people were saying that the soft tyres degrade pretty quickly, but I don't know, my driving style tends to be a relatively smooth driving style, trying to conserve tyres, and the degradation wasn't all that bad for me. And I think also the fact that, you know, the problems that everybody had trying to keep heat in the hard tyres maybe caught everybody out, but I think the problem with it was, and why we were having that problem is, we set the date to the real date, so at this particular point of the year, down in the southern hemisphere, it's actually winter, I believe, and obviously you saw on track there was lots of shadows everywhere, so track temperature probably wasn't what it probably normally would have been if it was a different time of year, so that probably contributed to our struggles to get heat and keep heat into the hard tyres. But yeah, glory of hindsight, I guess. But yeah, like I said, overall disappointed, but we've moved up from our starting position of 6th to finish 4th, so would have liked maybe an extra lap, could have got 3rd, but again, you know, you win some, you lose some, and we live to race another day, basically. But looking at the rest of the finishing order, as you can see, Alpha Borok picks up his first win of the season, so very well done to him. He actually went for a one-stop strategy, which worked out very well for him. Probably went for 2 sets of the soft tyres, which is arguably what we should have done. But he did have to serve a drive-through penalty as well, so again, very well done to him for getting his first win of the season. Then we've got the pole sitter Peo. He went completely the other way with a 3-stop. And it seemed to work for him to a degree, I'd say. I think he had maybe some troubles here and there, which means, you know, which is why he finished 2nd rather than 1st. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say 3 stops, and to finish 2nd, that's a pretty good result for him. And he also bagged the fastest lap of the race as well, so he gets an extra point for that. Then we've got Paul in 3rd place, a very good performance for him. He was very, very happy in the chat afterwards about getting 3rd place, but I think another lap I maybe would have got him. In 4th place ourselves, of course, so we've got Chris Jones in 5th, who we had to come in together with. He recovered and to finish 5th, and we both apologised in the chat and tried to take the blame, the kind English or Welsh gentleman that we are. I'm English, he's Welsh, I think. But yeah, all good on that front. We both apologised, and there's no hard feelings there. Just a racing incident, I suppose you could say. Then we got Twisted Tyre Fitter in 6th place there, followed by Matt Jeffrey, Silver Wolf, and Nasty PJ, rounding out a very small order of finishing, really. There's a pretty high attrition rate for this race. A lot of people had trouble with, a lot of people had dropped connection. I think BMC drops a connection, Mitch drops a connection, and so on. So only 9 finishes for the race. So like I said, quite a high attrition rate for this one. What that all means for the league table though, and as you can see, Peo jumps to the top of the table with an 8-point lead thanks to that 2nd place there, going into the next round at Spa. Then we've got Alpha Borok in 2nd. He's again another one of the big movers. He's moved up all the way from, I think it was 7th all the way up to 2nd with that win there. So He's looking like he could be very much in the hunt for the championship at this point. Then we've got ourselves in third place on 50.5 points. JLBW on 44.5. Of course, he wasn't here. I think he's been bumped up to Division 1. Such is the pace he's been showing. Then we've got Twisted Tire Fitter in 5th. Nasty PJ in 6th. Chris Jones moves up, having missed last week. He moves up to 33 points, and he's tied with Matt Jeffrey on the same amount, of course. That's why they're tied, I guess. Then we've got Paul, another one of the big movies. He moved up from about 15th to 16th place all the way up to 9th, courtesy of that podium finish. So he's now on 30.5 points. And then we got Vector on 25 points, rounding out the top 10. And some of the other ones you can see there, Mitch, BMC, Atrius, Silverwolf, you know, they're all still very much down at the bottom, but as we've seen, a lot of big movers in this race, so one good result, you can be right up there again. So, and there's still plenty of the season left to go as well. But there we go, guys. That's the end of today's video. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, you'd like to see more Project Cars 200 general racing content from myself, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to get involved with the guys from the Weekly Sim Racing Championships, there is a link in the description to their Facebook group. There are numerous different competitions on numerous nights, and they're already taking sign-ups for the new season, which will be season 4, and we're doing something a little bit different there. So if you want to get involved, make sure you check out that Facebook group. Tell them Matinho sent you. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you everybody so much for watching. Stay cool, and as always, I will catch you in the next video. Next time out, we'll be going to Spa. Peace.